It's supposed to be my story.
It's tough, right? Because how do you start any story?
Yeah.
Right? How do you begin? I mean, how do you start that conversation? I think that's part of the problem, is that nobody really knows, and so we have a society full of people who are suffering and don't know where to start to reach out for help. So, I mean, that's the great thing about this whole campaign is, you know, it's easy to say you're not alone, right? But when you can actually watch people tell their story and hear their own words, it should help, hopefully, for those that don't know where to start.
Yep. I guess. Start off. So introduction, my name is Ryan Reed, better known as Ryan Remington, independent professional wrestler. It's one of my best friends, Jamie Aller here, better known as Jamie Aller.
I'm not creative enough to come up with a stage name, so.
It's fine. And I think both of us do, but for now it's just my story. I suffer from depression, struggle with it, and honestly, like, once I really, like, found out and kind of got diagnosed with it, I could think back and realize, like, oh, I've probably been struggling with this my whole life. The one I can, like, vividly remember, so I don't know what it was, I was in, like, 3rd or 4th grade, on my bed, like, crying, just super sad. I don't know why. My mom's trying to console me. My dad's kind of there, like, I don't know what to do. I'm a dad. I'm a man. We don't have feelings, you know? And yeah. I remember just saying, like, I don't want to be alive. And I don't know why. My mom's asking me why. I was like, I don't know, but I don't want to be alive. My dad's just very, very, you know, just the way he is. Like, you don't mean that. And I looked at him in the eyes, and I said, well, then go ahead and kill me. And he got very angry, walked out the door, understandably, like, he didn't know how to handle the situation. And I look back and, like, that's the first memory I have of really me just having this, like, just this sadness and just kind of emptiness in me. That, you know, since I was a kid, I never really realized that I had done all these things to try and fulfill it, to try and, like, fill it up, and it's just, I couldn't. It's just how I live. And when I finally, like, realized it was a real issue and got diagnosed, I was living in Denton, Texas, going to school. I was living in this house and working at the same time. This house with a bunch of other guys. Had a really, like, rough couple of weeks. Came home from work and I was the only one at work. The only one that was going to be at the house. And I looked and there was nobody there. And I just remember looking in, like, the garage door. And I had my truck right there. I was just sitting on the curb of the street before the driveway. And I was thinking, man, I could just, like, drive the car in there, you know, close the garage, start the truck, and then go to sleep. Luckily, we were all very messy men, and there was a bunch of things in the garage, and I was like, nah, it's too much work. And I went and I got some food, and I came back, and at that point, I was like, no, I need to message some friends. And they were all friends with me from my church that I went to. I had a couple, one of my best friends who I still talk to this day, very close with, messaged him, and he kept talking to me. Another person, I messaged a person who I looked up to a lot. He was like a leader in the church. I was like, hey man, I'm not doing well. I'm thinking about killing myself. And all he said is, where are you? And I said, I'm at my house. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to throw him out there. I think he's learned from the situation. But I was like, I'm at my house. And he said, okay, don't go anywhere. I'm calling the police. And I said, please don't do that.
Yeah.
And he said, this is what I think is the best situation. And I sat there, 10, 15 minutes later, it was knocking on my door, it was the police. And it was just one guy sitting on the door, in the front door, and he asked me to come in. I said, sure. And another police officer just walks around. I was like, okay, so I felt like a criminal. I'm just a monster right there. He sits me down, and he talks to me, and tells me, he's like, so this is going to be one of either two ways. One, I can take you down to the mental health facility right now in the squad car, or we can sit here and wait for a couple hours, no telling how long it's going to be for one of them to come pick you up. I was like, oh, you can't just leave my house because I'm fine. He said, nope. I said, okay, well, I guess I will ride with you then.